Hey guys, it's me Austin back with another video. In this video I'm going to be talking about music. And I'm going to be talking about artists, rappers. Okay. So, you know how most of what they talk about these days is killing people, girls, drugs, money? Well, I'm going to tell you something you might have not known. The reason they talk about these things isn't because they're not capable of saying anything lyrical, or they're not capable of putting together a better story in their songs and their raps. The reason they do is because the music industry has a private investment in the prisons. So what a lot of these rappers are forced to do is talk about killing, talk about drugs, talk about sex, talk about money, because they're trying to distort the youth. Because if you have someone who is unaware, the youth, I'm not saying they all are, but they're unaware, and you're talking about this stuff, it's going to make them want to go out and do it, because a lot of these rappers are idolizing it. Like, whoa, this is cool, this is cool. And the kids are like, yeah, this is cool, let's do it, because they're unaware. They don't know any better. The music industry has investments into a private prison. It was on an interview I saw on YouTube. I'm not just pulling this out of my ass. And it's in a Tom MacDonald song too. Now, it's not necessarily the rapper's fault, because they're forced into it. Not all rap is about that. Not all rap is about that, especially nowadays. You got rappers talking about some real shit nowadays. Depression, substance abuse, all this stuff. They'll talk about opening your third eye. They'll talk about just seeing the world for what it really is, more spiritual stuff. You got that coming out. Two people that did that, XXXTentacion, Jahzé Onfroy is his real name. And another person that did that, Jared Anthony Higgins, Juice WRLD. What they did is they were a positive voice in the community. Juice WRLD, he talked about drugs, but he didn't glorify them. He talked about them and his struggles with drugs, and he talked about him and his struggles with his mental health, depression. He didn't glorify drugs, though, when he talked about it. Not really. He talked about both sides. He wanted you to see both sides of it, but he was a positive voice in the community. He helped millions of kids, just like XXXTentacion helped millions of kids too. Don't you think it's a little weird that all these positive people are dying? It's not the 6ix9ines of the world making trash-ass music. I'm not saying his music sucks, but what it's about. And I'm not saying I have a problem with all the music, but because I'm aware. But if you do that to an unaware person, they're going to want to go out and do it, you know? Like the younger kids that don't know any better. I'm not saying I love the music, but it's okay. Like, some of the songs are good that talk about that stuff, I'm not going to lie. But it's not something I want to hear all the time. I want to hear refreshing stuff, breath of fresh air stuff, talking about deep things, talking about real problems. Now, Juice WRLD and XXX, they both talked about these specific issues. They were shedding light on it. They were being positive to the community, to the youth. They were healers, they were teachers, and they both died. Don't you think it's funny? The people that are dying are the ones that are so positive for the community? Because you have to understand, if the music industry has these investments in these private prisons and these rappers are going against it, don't you think they'd want to kill them? They don't want these positive people influence the youth. That's why they have these rappers talking about all this stuff, but some rebel and go rogue. And they end up dying. You really got to think about that. Because it's not the people that are talking trash, blah, 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 not talking about anything that die. It's the people that are helping the community and healing the community. Something to think about. Not everything is as it seems. Bye.